Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop here at Flat 6 Motorsports. I'm Ivan, and today we're going to show you how to install an aftermarket muffler section on this 992 Carrera. Let's get into it. Okay, so today we have Project 992 in the shop, and we're going to be replacing the muffler section with an Aftermarket titanium muffler. Now, we're using Aftermarket today, but pretty much any of the aftermarket systems will install virtually the same way. Doesn't matter which one you use. With regard to the OEM muffler coming out, whether you have sport exhaust or not, they come out the same way. Whether you have a turbo or not, they come out the same way. So it's going to be a fairly simple replacement process. So let's get started. We're going to start with a long-handled wrench ratchet with a 13mm socket. And we're going to go ahead and loosen up these couplers right here. And once those are loose, you just go ahead and slide those towards the link pipe, like so. Next, we're going to loosen the bracket on the catalytic converter on one side or the other. It doesn't really matter which side you loosen, just loosen one of them. We're going to be using a E-torque socket, an E12 socket on these two bolts. All right, after all the clamps are loosened, we can go ahead and use our O2 sensor socket on the mirror O2 sensor here on the catalytic converter. Now I've already put this one in place, and we're going to use our long ratchet here to go ahead and just kind of crack it loose. And just like that. You don't have a lot of space to swing that around, so you just need to get it loose, and that way you can fully remove it with your fingers. And we'll just kind of set that out of the way. All right, for the next step, what we need to do is go ahead and remove this V-band clamp that's holding the cat to the back of the turbo. For that, you're gonna need your 6mm hex. Once you get the screw out, you can use just a flat-headed screwdriver to kind of pry open the V-band clamp. It does have some catches on the back side of it, so just go ahead and pull that out. And as you can see, get it loosened up there. And then use your screwdriver to kind of pry open the top. So now that the V-band clamp is loose, you should be able to maneuver the cat out of place. Once everything's nice and loose. And there she is. Now that we have the catalytic converters out, next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and unplug those exhaust valves. And if you look straight up from where you're at, you'll see here's the valves. You got one on each side, and then you have an electrical connector that's on the back. You can go ahead and just use a long pick or short pick, whatever pick you got, and pull open the little catch. It's a little gray tab. There we go. All right, so it's some finagling. You can't get them off. All right, you can just set that aside. All right, so now that we got the catalytic converter out, we're gonna go ahead and repeat all the steps we just did on this other side, and then we'll be able to remove the muffler. All right, so we have both of the catalytic converters out of the way. So now it's time to remove the actual muffler section. So all we have left are two band clamps, and they're held on with long 6mm hex sockets, or excuse me, bolts. So we're just gonna use our 6mm, loosen these up. Make sure you keep a hand on that muffler, because that's the only thing that's gonna be holding it in place. So we're gonna loosen those band clamps, and then we're gonna rotate the muffler out of the way. Ooh, there he goes. All right. She's a little heavy, she's about 30 pounds, so we're gonna go ahead and gently lower her out of the bracket and rotating it towards us as we come down. And there we go. All right, so now that we have the stock muffler out, like I said before, it is a sport exhaust, but they all have a valve system on it. And like most aftermarket exhausts, this is just gonna reuse the factory motors for the exhaust flaps. So we're gonna go ahead and take those off. All you need is a T30 bit. And just like that, she comes straight off. Don't forget your little spring. Comes out with it. And that's going to transfer directly over to the new exhaust. Easiest way to do this is that the factory exhaust, anytime you turn it off, the valves will be in an open position. So you can actually look through on this pipe and set your valves to the open position. That way it should transfer right over the new one. So we'll get a close up for you so you can see exactly how this goes. Okay, so my trick is to prop up the exhaust. That way it makes it easier to install the springs into the valves. If you notice in here, there's a notch in the actual valve assembly. Right here, there's a notch for this bottom part of the spring to sit into. Just place it in like so. There you go. So once it's seated, you can see it sits nicely in that notch, and it's all ready to go to set up for the motor to be installed. Now, if you look at these the two slots of the motor will slot on either side of this valve assembly right here. All right, if everything's lined up correctly, the motor will sit down flush, and then you can just finger tight the screws for now. Everything looks good, everything looks solid. Now for this system in particular, the Akrapovic comes with their own proprietary titanium tips as well. Now these are made for vehicles that already have the sport exhaust valence installed. So if you have any other exhaust system, or excuse me, if you have any of the OEM systems like the quad tips or the trapezoid tips, you'll have to replace your lower valence on the vehicle with the sport exhaust valence, so that way you can reuse these tips. Now the system is designed for that PSC, so you will have to make those modifications if you don't already. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take out the factory tips. It's just 3 T30 screws in the back, the bumper cover, and then swap them out with these Akrapovic ones. Let's get to it. Yep. Now that we're ready to install our center section, we're going to install it with the tips facing upward. So that way, as you go in, we're going to rotate it slowly towards you, and that'll kind of orient everything behind the tips you have in the bumper cover. Once you have the muffler in place, helps to have a second set of hands to go ahead and hold it for you, or install the clamps with you, or you can use a pole jack to kind of hold the muffler in place. So now that we kind of have it oriented in the position that we want on the upper set of flanges in the muffler area, not the lower ones, just the upper ones, we're going to go ahead and get our clamps. And once we have the clamps in place, we're going to go ahead and take a look from the outside and make sure that the muffler section is aligned left to right with the actual tips. And then once she's aligned left and right, then we can go ahead and tighten up these clamps. All right, everything's installed. Clamps are installed but loose, so we can still make some adjustments as we install the other components. So the next up we're going to do is we're going to get the cats back on there. That way we can make any final adjustments left to right, up, down as we need. I went ahead and put the V-band clamp onto the cat to kind of keep it out of the way as you're installing it. You'll see why in a second. One thing I also like to do is install the E-Torx screws right here. Keep them loose, just kind of for safety. You know, this will keep it from falling on you while you're adjusting everything. Kind of just put those in finger tight so you get some adjustability to it. All right, we got our V-band clamped back in, but not tightened up. We want to keep that loose, just to give your O2 sensor tool a little bit more clearance when you're reinstalling the O2 sensors. The heat shields are pretty tight pretty tight around that area, so sometimes it's hard to get that tool to sit right down there. So we're going to keep this a little bit loose for right now until we get those O2 sensors installed. We're going to go ahead and get the other side installed and into place, and then we'll kind of tighten everything together. Okay, before we get everything tightened down, I wanted to point out while you still have everything loose, I would recommend plugging in the passenger side exhaust flap motor, just because tolerances are a little tight on this side. Once you have everything clamped down, it'll be difficult to plug in. So while you can still move it around, go ahead and get this side plugged in, and then we can go ahead and tighten up everything else. There we go. And then make sure once you have it plugged in, go ahead and push the little gray tab back in, keeps it locked in place. And there we go. All right, next we're gonna get the O2 sensors back in. Now before we do, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of anti-seize on the threads here. Make sure we can get that out a little bit later. Don't need to put too much on there. Just give a nice skim on the threads. Now one trick is to go ahead and rotate the sensor, since you're gonna be tightening it up. Rotate the sensor counterclockwise about 5-6 turns. That way the wire should be pretty close to the original way when you put it back in. Now that we have our O2 sensors installed, everything is still a little loose. We're going to go ahead and torque it down to 48 Newton meters. Okay, so now that we have the O2 sensors all torqued into place, we can go ahead and tighten everything else down. We have our slip clamps to go onto the muffler itself. We have the V-band clamps that hold the catalytic converter on, as well as the mounting bolts as well. They're all gonna be torqued to 22 Newton meters. So let's go ahead and get all those tightened up and then see how she looks. And there you have it. She's all said and done. Pretty simple installation. Whether you have a Carrera or a turbo, the process is pretty much the same. If you're looking for an exhaust for your 992, check us out at flat6.com, and you can also check us out on our YouTube channel. I hope you found this video informative. We'll see you on the next one.